Hey guys, it's Major Foley here, and we're up to the gold edition of the Well of Urd. There's nothing really else to say. It's going to be the exact same strat as the extended edition, which is we're going to wall off certain choke points near our base, defend them mostly with our heroes and our starting troops, because we do get a sizable force, and mostly just get up to the next age, at least at heroic age. Preferably we'll get to the mythic age as well, and take the Well of Urd by force, as we have to do. We will be building forward bases as we move along, so we can reinforce quicker, because they will reinforce quicker. They can also get champion units, Gargarensis can, and to play it safe, we are very likely going to destroy the barracks, so we don't have to deal with them, or barracks. I've got to stop saying barracks. And eventually just take the Well of Urd. So, without further ado, let's get started.
How long ago did the army of Gargarensis pass through here?
Not long, a few days perhaps. They went to the mountains to the north and started building walls and fortresses.
Then that is the entrance to the underworld. He has already reached the gate.
If he opens that gate, your Ragnarok will happen.
We must stop him.
If he opens that gate, your Ragnarok will happen. Alright, so what we're going to do here is we're going to get our 6 villagers over here to those caribou, along with the ox cart, train 2 ox carts, send our Huskarls up to the north, and keep most of our troops down here. We are going to train 1 Ulfsark at the same time. And we're going to cast a Great Hunt here, and we're going to get every upgrade that we can get right now. We're going to send one of our heroes up here to kill a wolf, so we don't have to worry about it later. Now there is going to be a few throwing axemen here, so we're going to clean them up and build one of 2 walls. One's going to be here, the other's going to be there. Now, what does that wolf? Kill it. Kill it with fire, or arrows, take your pick. Now with this Ulfsark, we're going to wall off this section over here. Alright, now once those throwing axemen are dead, build your first wall. They will very likely cast Undermine. We already got our first attacks with the myth units, and our cavalry will hold them off just fine. Send Chiron over here. And remember, when you're building the walls, make sure gate it up so you guys can come through. Otherwise, they're going to go around and get themselves killed. It's the last thing you want. Alright, now there's going to be a couple more throwing axemen over here, so we're going to kill them. Actually, no, we should probably avoid their attention. We can probably do this if we're lucky enough. Try to make sure they build on this side. Alright, now very likely they're going to cast Undermine here, which will be a problem, but we can easily hold that off. Alright, now we're going to get about 10 dwarves. We're going to build a wall here too. Now, there is a chance that they won't cast Undermine here, but in my experience, if they do, just move your army back and go defend it. That's all you need to do. And then you just re-wall it, and they won't attack from that direction ever again. Where did our friendly Huskarls go after I built that wall? Where did I put them? Ah, there they are. So we're going to get a barracks or 2, just a barracks for now. Here comes another attack. Take care of them. Now, they will probably change the units they train depending on what you train, so just be aware of that. If you build one unit, they'll probably counter it, but it doesn't really matter. We're going to mostly be training Ulfsarks and Throwing Axeman, a decent combination of units. And along with some myth units, we should be just fine. Oh. Looks like they're going for our units. Mostly our economy, which won't be too much of an issue. We can deal. Of course, they broke apart my wall. Yes, Ajax, I'm aware. We're cleaning it up as we speak. Now, don't worry if some of your units die early. We can easily recoup our losses there. Now, Giles are tanky cavalry, that are good against myth units, but they don't have the heroic status like your heroes or her seers, so they can be affected by myth units. Be aware of that. Now, there is a relic over here that I sent Kyron to get, which I got siege weapons cheaper, which is unlucky. That's not the relic I really wanted. So these relics are dynamic in this map. They will change. Be aware of that.
Enemy attack! Coming from the west!
Yes, Ajax, I am working on it. Now, the key is I want to advance to the next stage, but we can build up a sizable force to take the secondary base first if we have to. But since we can't really build a town center till we advance, not really worth it, eh? We also need to build a temple for the relic, even though we're very likely not going to use that one. There is another one over here that we might, and we're going to be building temples anyway. Now, you get Forest Fire, but I don't see why you would cast it in this scenario. There's literally no reason to, as far as I know. Alright, so we're going to just train villagers now. And we should be able to advance in a second, but to do that, we're also going to need an armory. So we're going to send our Haskals back to go build that. Alright, so as we're playing Odin and not Thor, we get two ravens. Hugin and Moonin, I think is how you pronounce the name. Don't ask me if that's right or not, because I generally do not know. We're going to build some farms. Now, there's a few farms here we can make use of later with these villages, but we're going to go hunt over here first. Alright, now with that armory done, we are going to age up with Skadi, because she gives us farming bonuses, which is going to be nice. And we're going to get the medium infantry upgrade. And we're going to start training some units very soon. We're going to be training giants as well, so it should be nice and easy to hit the base. Now, you do have a lot of pop at the start. You don't necessarily need to build more houses. You can if you want. You don't have to, really. You have more than enough. But if you really want a giant army, you can do so. Alright, we're about to head into another fight, which is good for us. Means we can get our favor upgrades pretty soon. We're going to get the Huntress's Axe for the Throwing Axeman, the Giant upgrade, and the Harvest for Skadi. So that's like 60 to 70 favor, I think, in total. Plus the Lone Wanderer. So Huntress's Axe, 20. Giant's Rhyme, 20. And Winter Harvest, 20. So 60 in total. And we can also get the Lone Wanderer for our Ulfsarks, so they move faster. Our ravens are being attacked. But yeah, over here is where the barracks are. As you can see, that we got spotted one. Alright, so now we're going to get carpentry. We're going to get quarry when we can. The force is pretty big as it is, but we just got to wait a little bit. Alright, so what I'm going to do now, since we've already got a nice little surplus of wood, we're going to go send those villagers over there to farm over here. And then the future villagers that train will put on wood. Now, I want to get irrigation. I kind of want to get meat heavy before I attack, so I'm just going to cancel those. So we've got plenty of deer here that we can use to hunt. Alright, we're close to heavies. Just 100 more food. Well, while we wait, we're probably going to send an Ulfsark over here to build a market so we can advance as soon as we can. And we can buy out and trade our resources. Alright, so let's get the heavy upgrade. Don't forget your armory upgrades too. They're going to be pretty important. Alright, we can get quarry soon too. And that's all the economy upgrades we're going to need. Now, we're going to wait for one more attack. And then we're going to attack this town center. It should happen pretty soon. So we train Throwing Axe and Ulfsarks, if I can get the food for it. Because I'm expecting the next attack to have battle balls, because he should be in heroic age by now. I'm pretty sure he starts in it, he just doesn't start training units like that. He'll eventually hit the Mythic age.
Já. Satt.
Skipan.
Rostegma.
Alright, we've got to get some Frost Giants, which I can't afford just yet.
Järvill. Järvill.
It looks like we're pushing forward because they're taking a lot longer than I thought they would. Oh, there they are, as I speak. Speak of the devil. Alright, so you can see they got a lot of battering rams with them this time too, so we got to clean those out. Fight, get some Frost Giants in the queue.
In wedge.
Meanwhile, we're just getting our economy up and running still.
Satt. Satt. Hver það?
Now we're going to get copper weapons and copper mail and copper shields. Now, copper shields are still handy, even though they have throwing axemen and not archers, because they're going to have hill forts and towers, so it'll be handy to get piercing resistance. And especially town center resistance on top of that. Now, as you can see, we just fought heavies, but these are normal. That is because we're they're placed for the scenario and they have different, I guess, owners would be a way to see it. Or some units just have default, you know, they don't get affected by the upgrades. But anyway, we should have more than enough to take out this town center. We're not going to use Frost yet. We're going to save Frost for later. And there's a very good reason for that. It's so we can destroy the barracks when we get to them. Alright, with that town center down, we're free to take the town center for ourselves and clean up this mess. Hear the battering rams just hit the town giants as if it was a building. Alright, what relic is this? Temple improvements are cheaper. I've got the only temple improvement I care about, so it's a bit late on that one. Anyway. How many have I got on wood? 13, 10. Get a few more dwarves. You're very likely not going to run out of gold, if I'm going to be perfectly honest with you guys. You got 3 large gold mines and there's worth 6,000 each. It's a lot. Plus then you have a market with another town center right here, so you're not going to run out of gold. Alright, so now we're going to save to advance, and we're going to slowly push and try to build a base here. And then build a base here, and then hit the barracks when we can afford to do so. So now getting that town center gave us an extra 15 pop, I think it was. Yep. So now we got 180 pop. Plenty of pop to go around. And unfortunately they decided to attack that wall, which is quite frustrating. I guess it's because they saw the bloody raven, and that's very bad. Ugh, I hate it when I do that. Alright, we can hold off this attack, it's just going to be a pain in the ass. Alright, let's grab their attention with Chiron. Luckily for us, we can go through our own walls. So yeah, we'll be able to hold that off just fine. Now, where did I move my other dwarves? Ah, they're chopping wood over here.
A hero has fallen.
Yeah, just want to clean that up. You know what? Oh, we're out of gold already still. I mean, we have been training and have most of our units over here, so now we better build this wall back, because that really sucked. I mean, you can choose to upgrade the walls, guys, but that normally doesn't happen. I'm kind of glad it did. So don't use your Raven to, like, go straight up. Make them go around. Otherwise, they might get some ideas on attacking, which really sucks. And waste your time. Alright, so let's get ready to attack them now. I mean, we're nearly at the point where we can just do that, no repercussions. Alright, we're over popped now too, so push into the breach. Do I have my giants on hotkey? No, I do not. Guys, attack move. So I hear people with the definitive edition of Age of Empires 3 complain about attack move. I mean, that shit's existed since this game through. I don't know what it is about. Like, it just doesn't seem to work well enough, and it frustrates me. All right, so I'm just gonna sell wood to advance up to the next stage. We're gonna go with Bulldogs. I want fire giants. I'm not gonna use Ragnarok in this fight. Alright, so now we're going to stop training from these barracks. We don't need them anymore, because we'll be building forward barracks up here. After we clean up this section. I'm missing a hero. Where is Chiron? There we go. He wasn't on the hotkey. Alright. As you can see, these are the unupgraded ones, which is good for us. I imagine Gargarensis' forces will be on champion soon enough if we don't take on them in the next few minutes. Alright, so once this area is clear, temple, 2 barracks, and then continue the assault. So yeah, we're going to stop the Frost Giant training too. Now, I could obviously build more houses and get a much bigger army. We're not going to bother with that. Alright, so Ulfsarks, Throwing Axeman. Get the Levy. And start training Fire Giants for their siege, which is going to be great. So get rid of this temple. If you start seeing Gargarensis' massive army, cast Frost. While we go destroy the barracks. That's if we even see it. Wonder where they've gone to. Get champion infantry. And we'll get iron weapons. Ah, there they are. Just gonna cast Frost while I take care of the barracks, even though I could probably handle it at this point. And we're just gonna go... Now, normally I like to attack from up there, but since they're blocking the way, we're just gonna go past them by going up here instead. Now, you can take the town center if you want, but it's not necessary, guys. It really isn't. So destroy the gate. Try to keep your heroes alive, because we do need to take care of some fire giants that spawn. I think there's about 7 or 8 that spawn from the Well of Urd that we need to clean up. See if we can bait these guys up to our army. Oh well, just make him follow the fire giant.
We'll need rams to batter down these walls.
Looks like they didn't follow the other bait, which is unfortunate. Alright, so now that the fire giants are spawned, take him out. Now you can train Hoseas here if you really want to. But you should be fine enough to clean them out with your heroes and whatever units you got. Especially with the Frost Giants freezing them to death. And once you kill him, mission complete. There you go. Uh-oh. Ah, he's still alive. I was wondering what the hell was going on. I thought I encountered a freaking old thing that happened to me last time. But anyway.
Do not let the appearance fool you. The well will take us to Niflheim.
You go first, Chiron. If you fall screaming to your death, we'll just stay here.
When you decide which of you will go first, I'll be waiting at the bottom.
So, we don't have many levels to go. There's our dwarf heroes, and they've got something with them. I wonder what it could be. Anyway, so we got 5 levels left, I think. Beneath the Surface, Unlikely Heroes. Yep, we got about 5 levels left. So these should be done by the end of this week at the latest, which was my target. The first week of June I should finish For the Trident. Then I plan on taking a couple of days break, at least from Age of Mythology. I don't think I'll be recording anything, but I'll be streaming, of course. Before I begin with the New Atlantis, I really do need the break, because the New Atlantis is, well, I'm going to just put it this way. It's a bit of a shit show, especially on the extended edition. It's just a shit show. Like, I'm not worried about the second level Atlantis Reborn, where a lot of people have trouble. That's actually a fairly easy level, if it's just lengthy, really. My concern is levels like Greetings from Greece, which are, again, time-consuming. It's not hard, but time-consuming, really. And Cerberus is another big one. Every other level, essentially, after that's a piece of cake. Rampage is easy. Mount Sikios, no, sorry, not Mount Sikios. Mount Olympus is easy, and all that. So, realistically, the only 2 levels I am actually worried about is Atlantis Reborn because of its length, and Cerberus because it's just a glitchy map at this point. You can never get it perfect. So, without further ado, guys, I am done with this video. And you can watch me with Beneath the Surface, which there will be 2 strats I'll be showing off on both Extended and Gold Edition. A quick strat and a slow strat, or it's not that slow, to be honest, so yeah, but it's more of a safe strat. So I'll catch you guys then.